This is Joe Wayne with the Anti-COINTELPRO Show and InstinctForSurvival.com. Now, if you just got finished watching my video that I just dropped, I actually made the video last night, processed it last night, and while I was dropping the video this morning, uploading, for those of you who do not know the term dropping as it pertains to videos or entertainment. But that being said, as I was uploading my video that I processed last night, the video pertaining to the alleged, now let me emphasize this very important distinction, alleged drug dealer of Prince and his story that Prince Rogers Nelson, Prince as we all know him, or the symbol, or the artist formerly known as Prince. Now, this guy was telling a story, if this guy even actually exists in the real world, was telling a story of how Prince allegedly spent $40,000 at a time on a 6-month supply of Dilaudid pills and fentanyl patches, both synthetic forms of heroin. Now, once again, we have to emphasize, and everyone listening to the sound of my voice, I have to emphasize alleged, because there is no confirmation. And the story detailed that this alleged drug dealer, this imaginary drug dealer, if he exists at all, it alleges that this is the reason that nobody ever saw Prince doing drugs. Nobody ever saw him snorting cocaine, smoking crack, shooting up heroin. It was because he was doing pills, right? Oh yeah, that sounds real logical, and I'm sure that we all just bought that hook, line, and sinker. But not so quick. As I was going over the information again before I actually uploaded the video this morning, I was perusing and perusing and perusing, and I came down to the very bottom of the article, the read more section. I mean the very bottom of the, and it's a big article, where it detailed Prince dead, his memorial service, cremation photos. What the fuck? Pardon my French, folks. What the F indeed. And what you guys are looking at now are the photos from Radar Online, and it reads on. Exclusive. Body of Prince secretly cremated immediately after autopsy. Now, one has to ask themselves, now, if there were questions, and I know that all of you guys have read where the police were interviewing Prince's entourage and everyone that came into contact with Prince, and I'm assuming this alleged drug dealer. Now, if this was all true, then why would they allow, just on the basis of a criminal investigation ongoing, why would they allow their witness, i.e. the dead carcass of Prince, that no longer holds the actual person, the being that was contained within that vessel, why would they allow an immediate cremation? Because there goes any evidence. And as you're, guys, as you're reading this Radar Online article, look at the very top. Rest in peace, Prince. Rest in peace, China. So China died, I believe, on the same day as Prince, if not one day before, but I believe it was on the same day. You know, China of WWE fame or infamy, however you want to look at it. Now, I haven't looked into this, but whenever I get done with the audio section of this video, I will certainly go and find out if China was cremated. Now, Prince is not the first to be cremated just at a lightning pace, right? No. First you had Robin Williams. Robin Williams, and here is the TMZ article, was cremated immediately after his supposed suicide and ashes scattered at sea. Wow, just like Osama bin Laden, huh? And as I'm looking at this TMZ article, it seems that China had a plan in the works to donate brain to science. Really? Really? Is the brain of China really that important to science where they would need to research her brain? Really? Really? Well, you know, if it's just general studies for interns to dissect and learn how the brain works or how the brain is constructed, well, I can certainly understand that. But if they're trying to get the deeper meanings of life out of China's brain, well, that may be a bit of a stretch. But it wasn't only Robin Williams, was it? No, it wasn't. Joan Rivers as well. Immediately, folks, after her very, very, very suspicious death, after outing Michael Obama, you know, the tranny husband of Barry Obama, or Barack as he likes to tell people his name is, which is a lie, like everything that comes out of his lying mouth. Well, Joan Rivers outed Barry Obama's husband because a tranny, folks, and say what you will, but a tranny is not any other sex but the sex they were born with. Okay, guys, I know this is a big shock to you, but guys who want to be women, okay, for whatever crazy fucking reason in your mentally disabled, warped mind, whatever reason, you know, and I agree, some people were born, okay, that way, yes. But the majority of the trannies today, folks, are trannies due to environmental causes. You know, kind of like Obama. You know, Obama was raised in Indonesia by two trannies, right? Two ladyboys. So this, in my opinion, is what turned Obama to the dark side. He wasn't born like that. He was, let's say, raised that way in the environment to where he thought dressing up like a woman and a man having a sex with a man, in the ass was normal. Folks, it's not. It's just not. And I'm speaking from, the viewpoint of nature, not nurture, okay? Because it's about nature. And we are put on this earth just like all other male and female animals to procreate, to spread our seed, to repopulate the world. And if you're not doing that, then quite honestly, you're just going against nature. And I really don't have an opinion on that. I don't have a subjective opinion about that. If you're gay and you were born that way, you know, more power to you, you know, and I feel sorry for all of the ridicule that you have gotten all of your life. But if you're gay or a tranny due to environmental reasons, well, that's a different story altogether that I really don't want to go into at this time, because today we're talking about a different subject. Here you're looking at the Smart Cremation page. Yep, the Smart Creation page pertaining to Joan Rivers' cremation. Joan Rivers passed away at the age of 81 at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York after going into cardiac arrest during a routine procedure. It's always a routine procedure, right? Following her death, Rivers was transported to Frank E. Campbell Funeral Home on the Upper East Side, where she was prepared for cremation and placed into a casket. Again, folks, just like Prince, just like Robin Williams, no one ever saw their bodies after they were supposedly, killed or died in whatever way that they were claiming they, were killed or died. In my opinion, if these people are even dead, they were probably murdered. Moving on. David Bowie. Here is a Mirror article that goes into the fact that David Bowie was secretly cremated without a funeral or any family and friends present. What the fuck? Immediately again after his supposed death. Do you need more to convince you something really, really fishy is going on here? Justice Scalia, found dead with a pillow over his head, supposedly again, allegedly, because nobody really knows what the hell happened. We do know that he didn't get an autopsy and he was cremated once again, almost immediately. Well, it was probably immediately because no one saw his body after he was supposedly, supposedly dead. Right. They ruled he was dead, but there was no autopsy on the Supreme Court jurist, right? Well, you know what, folks? I will tell you this much. I am claiming bullshit on every one of these stories. I don't really know what the hell is going on, but I know each and every one of these stories are very, very suspicious. And in a lot of them, in a court of law, you could convict somebody with the circumstantial evidence that is piled so high that no one could deny that there is something very, very, very suspicious going on, and it needs to be investigated. But of course, it can never be investigated because their bodies were all cremated immediately. We know that Prince was, really, really, his last Instagram, folks, his last Instagram, because he was really, really concerned about what was going on in the world around him with chemtrails. He was crucified by his record label, just because he wanted the rights to his own music. He did not want people to steal his work product. Well, join the crowd. But because of that, he was basically accosted illegally and by his record company and had to fight for his name and for his rights back. Well, maybe that just pissed off the record companies, because we all know that the Illuminati, the dark side of the entertainment industries, runs, every one of these entertainment icons. We know this. You're not getting anywhere unless you kiss the ring of the Zionist Khazarians. Because, folks, we all know that these 95% of self-proclaimed Jews in the world are not Jews. Genetically, they're Khazars. So when you're speaking about the Zionists, you're speaking about the Khazarians, not the Jews, right? Jews are black, Khazarians are white. Guess what? Khazarians come from the Caucasus regions, right? The mountain regions, which is where we get the word Caucasian from. So make no bones about it. This is very suspicious. And one more thing that leads me to believe that, if Prince was murdered, if this is not a big shell game going on, so that all these stars can fake their death, and why would they fake their death, folks? There's something, in my opinion, this shit is about to hit the fan so bad with this planet that we're all going to get covered, and we will, be lucky to make it out alive through to the other side. Something so just disastrous is coming our way. Something wicked is coming this way, folks. Something very, very, very wicked is coming this way. And in my humble opinion, if these stars did in fact fake their death, they faked their death to go either off-world or go underground in one of the deep underground military bases that are all over the United States of America and the world, including Russia and China. Something's going on. Something's coming this way. Something's very suspicious. I mean, just look at Prince's last Instagram message, right? In Prince's own words, just when you thought it was safe. That's right. Just whenever he thought it was safe, oops, upside his head, the NWO killed him dead. If he is dead. Well, here's a lot of really suspicious fishy nuggets for each and every one of you to digest and do your own research on and prepare, because we know the financial clock. We know that the global financial collapse is at our door, folks. And if you don't know, please watch some of my videos where I detail this. Please, your very life depends on it. Something wicked this way is coming. Get prepared or get dead. This is Joe Wayne with the Anti-COINTELPRO Show and InstinctForSurvival.com. Good day. how Prince allegedly spent $40,000 at a time on a 6-month supply of dilaudid pills and fentanyl patches, both synthetic forms of heroin. Now, once again, we have to emphasize, and everyone listening to the sound of my voice, I have to emphasize alleged, term dropping as it pertains to videos or entertainment. But that being said, as I was uploading my video that I processed last night, the video pertaining to the alleged, now let me emphasize this very important distinction. This is Joe Wayne with the Anti-COINTELPRO Show and InstinctForSurvival.com. Now, if you just got finished watching my video that I just dropped, I actually made the video last night, processed it last night, and while I was dropping the video this morning, uploading, for those of you who do not know the alleged drug dealer of Prince and his story that Prince Rogers Nelson, Prince as we all know him, or the symbol, or the artist formerly known as Prince. Now, this guy was telling a story, if this guy even actually exists in the real world, was telling a story